How's it going, guys? Hope you're all well. What you're about to tune in is to day two of my first upper body session. So we start things off with the seated face pull. Credit to a powerlifter by the name of Joe Sullivan. I took this from one of his posts because they are just awesome. Applying this movement in the lat pull down setup just allows you to really stay locked in and therefore stable to move more weight, because a lot of times when we do face pulls we always like to go a little bit lighter, but for the main reason that we are standing, so we're almost just trying to counterbalance the weight that we're trying to move. But by sitting down, you're in a much more safer position to really load up that movement. Then we move on to the dumbbell chest press. You'll notice here as the repetitions go on as well, I don't focus on, trying to bring the dumbbells to touch at the top or any sort of twisting motions at the top. They do absolutely nothing to further both chest growth or even strength. Just work within a range of motion that you feel comfortable going all the way down, and then also pressing up, locking up those arms at the top, and just go ham. Just go for it. This last rep here, that struggling. And it's weird for me sometimes where, like, I was doing 15, and on the 15th one is the one where it's going to be the most hardest. Like, well, the other 14 was absolutely fine. Then we move on to the chest supported lateral raise. Another movement that I've been trying to progress with. I'm not in the camp of smaller muscles, lighter weights, more reps. No, I want to treat every muscle just like the last, and I want to progress as much as possible. I want to grow it as much as possible. So this is a movement where, again, over time, I'm definitely looking to try and load up and progressive overload that movement as much as possible. There we go. It's getting a bit tough there at the end. Then we finish off with the last couple exercises, starting with the push down, tricep push downs. Again, going relatively heavy, higher reps. Over the last few weeks in particular, where I've been adding more arm exercises to my programs, I'm definitely, again, visually seeing a big difference to muscle size and also strength. Like the carryover to my bench press and also my overhead press is starting to improve a lot more, especially when it just comes to getting out of the sticking point, or the point where it's most hardest, where you tend to fail. I'm able to get out of that a lot easier now and kind of just push through. And I really think it's down to just doing more arm work, but also pushing it as well. Like, I'm not just here to just focus on the pump and just show off these muscles. No, I want these muscles to be able to lift as much as to what they look like as well. So a little note for you guys watching this: like, don't be afraid, but be train with intent. Like, always look to push every single movement that you are progressing in, or at least looking to progress in. And again, stay within the ranges that allow you to maintain form each and every single time. Last but not least, we have the strict hanging leg raise. Another good movement here, especially if you're strength training, for the main reason that you can take your abdominals through a bigger range of motion. And for the most part as well, I can imagine if you squat a lot, or if you deadlift a lot, lower backs will start to fatigue a lot more as well. So working through that range where you're letting the lumbar spine kind of just go through both extension and flexion can do your lower back some good as well by performing this exercise. So there you have it, guys. Day two done and dusted. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.